Dear Noel, last Thursday evening, my husband was driving on the Ringwood bypass, he says at a sedate 70 miles an hour, when he was cut up by 4 nuns in a Peugeot. My husband's car is a brown Rover. He says they must have been going flat out to pass him and get away up the road. How about the Mother Superior ringing him up and accusing him of terrorising the poor defenceless sisters, who of course took a note of the car number. Best wishes, Georgina Bowman.
08585.
Hello, could I speak to Mr. Herbert Bowman, please?
Yes, just a moment.
Hello?
Hello, is that Mr. Bowman?
Yes, speaking.
Good morning. I'm Sister Beatrice of the Marie Richard convent in Poole. I'm ringing you about something that happened last Thursday evening, the 11th of November.
Yes?
Do you own a brown Rover, RLJ 189M?
Yes?
I believe there was a bit of an incident on the Ringwood bypass.
I don't recollect an incident.
Oh, well, 4 of my sisters, principally Sister Lucy, who's driving...
Yes?
In a Peugeot...
Yes, I remember.
They said that you rather roughed them up a bit. You cut across them or something.
Well, I see. Well...
I mean, as you'd appreciate, ladies don't often get out from the convent, and they were very upset about whatever happened.
Well, I think it, put it this way, it was not my recollection that I cut them up at all. If that was the impression I gave, and I'm quite sure I did not, then I must apologise. I remember the incident quite well because they passed me doing in excess of 70 miles an hour.
Oh, really?
I noticed there were nuns in the car.
Yes.
I must admit, a little surprised. And I did pass them again, yes. But there was certainly...
Well, I'm sorry about this, Mr. Bowman. Sister Griselda said nothing to me about it in excess of 70 miles an hour.
I was... In fact, you're quite right. I have got a Rover, and I usually drive up to the limit.
Yes. Was Sister Griselda really doing over 70 miles an hour in your estimate?
Doing over 70 to pass me, yes.
Good Lord.
Yes.
Well, I think I owe you an apology.
Well, no. I must admit, to be fair, I was so surprised that I did pass them again.
Well, they said there was a bit of toing and froing.
Well, yes, I think that is probably right, because they, in fact, passed me...
Mr. Bowman, can I ask you, was there a rude sign?
No.
There were no hand gestures of any sort.
Did they suggest that this was so?
Well, I think Sister Griselda is really not upholding the principles of the convent.
Never. I would not. I'm not that sort of person. I think you owe me an apology if that was the suggestion.
Well, Mr. Bowman, I think I've been led up the path here, and I wish this hadn't happened, and I unconditionally apologise for this terrible slur.
There was no suggestion. Certainly there was no question I cut them up. Yes, I did. They passed me twice.
Mr. Bowman, I must stop you. I must stop you, Mr. Bowman.
And tell you you're talking to Noel Edmonds from Radio 1.
I see. I can guess who did that too. Mrs. Bowman, I suppose.
Georgina?
Yes.
The last line is, hope you can do this for us, the kids would love it.
And really, Mr. Bowman, I think I caught you out.
You did? For all I know, it may have been the flying squad.